Did not go all the way, but it's fine.
It happens. We're not perfect here. Maybe we'll accidentally take a shortcut after we fail the challenge. Maybe it'll happen.
Oh,
Oh,
foreshadowing to what happens.
honey.
But yes, welcome to the Cup TV, the currently unnamed podcast where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am Brandy, a professional fangirl of Concert Dragon video games. I do have my drink with me right here because water hydration is important, but also a touch of Robitussin because my throat is shot. I don't know why, but I kind of do, but let's just say that it's gonna be a struggle like this week, to say the least.
And it's Brooke, your real life Funko Pop, because my head is super fucking huge.
And
Regardless,
speaking of my Funko Pops,
yeah, exactly. Speaking of my Funko Pops, here's my new Aang one from Avatar. Shouts to
with
our good friends
Momo.
with Momo, I might add. Yes. Shouts to our good friends at GameStop. But regardless, I am so happy for a variety of reasons. The least of which is that the season is finally over. Because it feels like it's been going on forever, even though it's only been a few months. But
Ooh,
we did it. We made it.
And
Yay!
if we're forgetting someone,
Well, hello guys, it's your favorite black queer content creator, Komori, aka Sparkling Alien. All your tons of favorite content from Drag Race, Just with the Stars, to Challenge, even more. And what can I say? Finally, it's over, and the winner's reaction, which is so satisfying to watch. So let's get into it.
That. All
let's
of that.
get
All
into
of what
this.
Komorian just said, minus the Dancing with the Stars part. All of that.
So, the challenge. We're down to the last two episodes of the season for Challenge USA.
Yay!
Can we just say it's finally over?
Okay, I'll be real. It's not that the season has even been bad, because the season has been like fine, and nothing awful has happened outside of like losing Amanda and Tiffany kind of early. But everything else has been just kind of okay. It's just more because 39 is about to start, and I really want to watch 39. So it's like weighing the reward of both seasons at this point.
Yeah. But I will say this, like, we have gone to that point where we're just like, this part of USA is like, oh wait, like, because the season itself was just like, eh. However, like as the season went on, it started to pick up, for the right reasons. Because, spoiler alert, let's just say that there are some people that we are okay that did not win. So, but yeah.
I mean, we got to the point now. We're down to the final 10. We're cutting it close to that final. All these teams gotta, all these players, not teams, excuse me, haven't been teams for a while. All these players gotta make it to that end. They gotta dig deep, if you're gonna use a Jeff Probstism, to get across that line. So yeah, I'm just really happy that these last two episodes were actually pretty good for the most part.
No, yeah. So shall we get started on the what we finished with the season with episode 13?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we come back to the house and Michelle is eliminated.
Yay! Woo!
After that, Michelle down.
See, okay, up until this very last episode of her run, no problems with Michelle. None. But you do not come for Michaela in this house. Not even this much. It's not allowed.
And then Cassidy also celebrates being 3-0 in the arena.
Goddess.
Like, literal goddess, and also, like, good on her. Like, it's tough being, like, like being thrown in so many times and being 3-0 in the arena is
Mhm.
quite the feat, to say the least. And let's just say, is that legendary status right there?
I think she's on her way. I think this is, regardless of anything of her placement this season, period, this was a very good rookie season from her. If she were to do, like, make this jump to MTV, which she's not on the cast for 39, unfortunately, but if she were to make that jump, I definitely think she'd be really successful there.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. So after all that, it's like it feels like Cassie is like back against the wall as always because she knows that she's gonna be elimination every time if she doesn't win. So, and then on top of that, we get a moment from Chanel saying that she suffers from imposter syndrome because she wasn't a star on her Survivor season and she wants to prove herself. What do you think about this?
Hmm.
Gamora, I was going to let you talk.
Oh, go ahead. I'm still thinking.
All right. Okay. For me, okay, because I knew this cast right, but when they were filming, like I knew who got cast and all that stuff. I
Mhm.
get where she's coming from. And I'm not saying, oh, she should definitely feel that way. I want to be clear because she is somebody I really enjoyed on her season of Survivor. One of the best parts of her season for me is Chanel. And coming now into the challenge, though, I mean, she was a middle boot. She did make the merge, and she made it to the jury, but she didn't make it very far into the merge. I think she was second boot in the merge. So it's one of those things where I get where she could have those feelings. Um, it's very similar to me as like what Chris Underwood was talking about a few weeks ago when he started talking about like people say he didn't deserve to win, and it reminded me of a lot of when Desi got cast on the first season of of Challenge USA, when people are like, "Okay, I'm not mad, but like, why?" You know, because that was what I was seeing a lot when they were revealing the cast was that she was a um okay kind of pick, right? I can definitely say am enjoying her tons on the season. She has been one of the best parts of the season for me. Um, and I definitely think, again, regardless of how she ends up placing the season, I think she is definitely somebody I would love to see back on the show. Even if it's just USA 3 or Jump to MTV or anything like that. She's definitely somebody who was really fun to watch for me, and I would love to see her again.
No, yeah, like with Chanel specifically, like she has like shown herself as like one of the like I guess tougher competitors when it comes to being part of like the season of the challenge, which is like I'm all for because like again,
Mhm.
I came to both challenge seasons like blind because like you said with Desi was like a wild card for everyone. However, I love Desi from the very beginning, so I didn't
Mhm.
know the context of Survivor, so I can't really say much about that. Same thing with Chanel. But yeah, and then we get another moment where this is some sensing some foreshadowing. Josh and Fessel celebrate how far they get into the game and pledge their loyalty.
I mean, especially for Josh. I mean, we've seen. I think Michael. I've been very kind of proud of Josh. He's kind of been doing better for me. For me, it's just like his first season. I'm kind of like he's actually like in the game. Like he actually showing himself worthy. But I think what is the thing about is it was getting down to the nitty gritty. He had one side him and face so they're like a duo, and then on the other side is him, Bananas, and Tor who have been locked in, especially Bananas who have been like kind of like locked in just the whole way through. So like, it's gonna put like it's like dang, like eventually I'm gonna have to like betray one of these people. Eventually I hope something, you know, you can tell he was kind of like getting in his head a bit more because kind of like it's getting to the end. Eventually, I have to win. It's getting to that point. So eventually, it was like,
Yeah, and,
yeah.
and Josh has never been in a final, so this is like a lot of pressure on him. So
I mean, I will say, coming out of a lot of Josh's past seasons on the challenge, I have never really been a fan of his. Um, I was happy when he won Big Brother because at least that meant Paul didn't win. But no shade to Paul, but
Yeah.
not they're not my fave. Um, but
Mind you, season 19 wasn't the best season, so.
Season
It
19 is
wasn't.
the
It
worst
wasn't.
season of Big Brother US IMO.
Oh no, 22 and 15 takes the cake as well.
Yeah.
Okay, they're both also very bad.
And
Like
21.
like 19.
Well,
is
actually,
good,
15 is
yeah.
not bad. It's just really problematic.
The thing is, 19 was horrible, but at least the ending was satisfying. Seeing Paul lost back-to-back years, losing $500,000, like that close. Like that was the best moment of the season for me.
No,
Just seeing
literally.
Paul get the L again.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, I don't
anyways,
know. I quite enjoyed Christmas breaking her foot.
No, that for me, Zingbox read of Christmas is like one of the best reads ever.
Yeah.
Like
It is better than any Zingbot read we have gotten until this season of Big Brother.
Anyways, we're not talking
Shouts
about
to
Big Brother.
Corey.
Yeah, we're not talking about Big Brother. We're now talking about the challenge. So,
mhm.
after all that, again, Josh has a lot of pressure because he wants to win, and also wants to get to a final. So, but yeah. So we get to the next challenge. The challenge called "Burst Your Bubble." Each player has to race up a 40-foot ladder up a hot air balloon, and then once they get to the hot, like up top there, they have to go on a balance beam and then push a button to be able to lock in their time. They do two people individual heats.
Mhm.
A lot happens here, to say the least, because it goes from so it starts with Fessel and Cassidy, and it looks like Fessel has a good time, and then Cassidy makes it look easy as well. So they don't tell you until like the very, very end on how everyone did,
Mhm.
which was very like, oh, okay. So from you when you're watching this, like, can you tell if they were going fast or not? Like, I can't really like.
I could tell sometimes, and I could not tell other times. I definitely think you could
Yeah.
tell with the first heat that Cassidy and Fessy both did pretty well. I think Cassidy was pretty
Mhm.
slow compared to Fessy, but like Fessy's also really tall and has like solid reach and stuff, and Cassidy's kind of short, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I also knew Michaela crushed it the second I saw her get up there because we have seen it multiple times in her uh, TV career. But she just kind of sometimes, even if she's scared, she'll just go into the like second gear. Like I call it
No, because
Michaela
like she
mode
said herself, like
because
when height's taken into account, I think like sadly Tori said this. When height's taking into account for Michaela, it's like just like autopilot.
yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
but I mean, I guess it worked out for her. I mean, let's say that it worked out for her. But the other thing for me was when I was watching it, they were talking about how like I saw Chris slip and all this other stuff, but they knew at home that if we wanted anyone to win this challenge that was a man, we wanted it to be Chris. Okay, even if we wanted Corey to win the season. Okay, because I wanted Corey to win the season. But if anyone but Chris won that challenge on the men, he was going back to elimination for a fifth time. So, like, I was happy he did well, and I clocked that edit immediately.
No, yeah, that edit because I was just like, oh, okay, because I know again, like they were like eyeing on Michaela to like, of course she was crying when she got to like on top of the ladder. However,
Mhm.
like she went like immediately like right after she like had her breakdown because of course again heights are not her thing, but
Mhm.
um so it reveals that 14 seconds reveal were separated between the top two women, which were Michaela and Tori, and there were 3 seconds that separated Fessel and Chris. So top two were Michaela and Tori, and top two were Fessel and Chris, and the winners were Michaela and Chris.
Yay! I was here for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes. Again, when like they said, Michaela is a beast when it comes to facing her fears, and we saw that in one of her first heights challenge where she was, and then when she says no more heights.
Well, there was, I talked about a second ago. Michaela mode in challenges is just something that has happened. I mean, all the way back on MVGX. You know, like my most vivid memory from Michaela that season, outside of the what moment to Jay that she does on her tribal when she goes home,
Mhm.
is her in that one challenge where they have that like ring and they just have to like pull the ring to their pole. Girl takes off her top because Sunday is grabbing her top, rest in peace, and she drags 4 people to that pole in MVGX. Like, this is nothing out of the normal for her. Maybe the heights add a little bit to it, but she's
Yeah.
just a boss at everything she does.
No, literally. Like again, like watching Michaela here is like made me like appreciate Michaela a lot more. So because again, I didn't watch her original Survivor season, so I can't say much about it. But
If you
from the
want to
get,
watch a new school Survivor season, MVGX is a good one to watch.
okay, work. Yeah. So we get back in the house. The house is scrambling to say the least. Uh, Fessy pulls Josh aside, and they say that Bananas cannot move on to a final because he's won too much.
That's
And
true.
I agree. I actually kind of agree with
No,
this
it's reasonable. It's reasonable.
because again,
For Fessy, sure. For Josh, sus. I get where Josh is at here more than I thought I would. Like when I first watched it, it took me a minute to like think about it all the way through. But then I thought about it a little bit more. We have seen many a final where you have like a disadvantage or a handicap or whatever that you give to other teams. I mean, that's literally the reason Ashley and Hunter won Final Reckoning. So like was because of a handicap that got given to Josh and Natalie. Was it Josh and Polly and Natalie? Gave to Josh and Celia. That's what it was. Um,
Yeah.
so like I get where he's coming from and not wanting to burn bridges, but also the whole integrity of it all.
Yeah. In addition, with the house scrambling, Fessy predicts that this elimination challenge is going to be a hall brawl.
Good guess.
Good guess. We'll see what happens. No,
Too bad
yeah.
it wasn't overall.
So Michaela and Chris goes into deliberation, the final deliberation of the entire season. Um, of course, they have to like narrow it down to who wants who. Of course, Michaela is not going for the two that who are loyal to, which are Desi and Chanel. So unfortunately, you have to go with someone. And then the guys, the very first time being put up for elimination, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we get Cassidy and Fessel.
Why did she not pick Tori?
That part.
Why did she not pick Tori? Because, okay, you know that if Tori goes into elimination, she is going to be pushing for Cassidy because she knows in her heart that regardless of if she can beat the other three, if she can beat Chanel, if she can beat Michaela's not eligible, if she can beat Chanel or Desi, she doesn't know that. She thinks she can beat Cassidy. We've seen that multiple times this season, that she thinks she can beat Cassidy in elimination. So if you are trying to protect everyone you're working with, right? And out of the 4 girls you're working with right now, the one you're working with the least is Tori. Send in Tori. She'll go against Cassidy. And guess what? You got all 3 of the members of your alliance in without having to put any of them up for elimination. Congratulations. It was that easy. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it.
No, yeah, like Cassidy's nomination didn't cause the one that caused ripples. It was Fessy's pick that got caused a lot of ripples because Chris's strategy worked because everyone knows that everyone's gonna be terrified of Fessy in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say with like Fessy's speculation that it is a hall brawl, they're like worried that it's going to like they're gonna like get demolished by Fessy. And like Corey's not worried because Corey's like huge, which is understandable. Um Josh doesn't want to go up against Fessy because again they're good friends. And then with Bananas, like who even Bananas is like scared shitless about this in a way.
Mm-hmm.
No. Let me tell you the scene, the whole part when it came to the bone, like just Josh is just losing it, like breaking down, like this scene, like it's like he's kind of like, Like whatever I do is gonna be over. It's kind of like it was just kind of like, oh Lord, but it's kind of like I feel bad for him, but it's kind of like it was kind of like great entertainment to see him break down like that. And then when we get to that part when he chose bananas, he's like banana straight up. I voted you. With bananas reaction to it, wait till he got so pissed. Like seeing Josh just be like, oh fuck. Like just seeing Josh go through it, it was kind of like, damn.
No, yeah, Josh was spiraling.
Yeah, he was.
No, yeah, like there was a lot of talk in this episode because of course,
Mhm.
like not many people are left in the competition, but at the same time, like this shows all the strategy finally coming into play now
Mhm.
because like again, coming down to the final elimination, who's going to do what. Apparently like there were a lot of deals that were made prior to this final elimination because apparently Tori made a lot of deals with a lot of the vets, so
Hmm.
with their fellow
Mhm.
vets, and along with Josh too, because they were like within the same mix. So
Mhm.
But
um,
yeah. So everybody votes. Not only does Josh end up voting for bananas instead of voting for Corey, which he could have done, but he chose to vote for bananas. Tori voted for Josh for reasons. Which okay, being 100 here, Tori voting for Josh makes no fucking sense.
it doesn't.
It makes no sense. And also, shout outs to the one and only real one on this entire cast, Amanda Garcia, for calling her out for it on Twitter. Because no, because
You
why?
You're not
Why
wrong.
would she do that? Not only that, Tori has called Josh her best friend multiple times, but every time she has had to prove that, she has folded or like flaked or something like that. And eventually, you would think that Josh would open his eyes to that, but he hasn't. So
no,
keep your eyes open, everybody. Yeah, exactly. No, Amanda, no,
Amanda's
bitch, no,
karma.
just bitch. What the fuck? Give me that one. Give me
no,
bitch. What the
like
fuck?
that was really bananas. No, this is really bananas. She's like,
There it
really, no,
is.
literally bananas. Bananas was like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with both of you? Like both of you. Like what is wrong with both of you guys? Really? Like, like come on, man. Like you're so dumb.
They were.
Like
It was
Banana,
so stupid.
I
Like
was like,
I'm at the point now where, as much as I'm not even a bananas fan, I sympathize with him because this was absolutely dumb. But regardless, we go to the hopper, right? We had 5 votes for bananas. We had 1 vote for Corey, and then we had 2 votes for Josh. Those being Cassidy and Tori, to be clear. Um, then and then 1 vote for Corey was bananas. Everybody else voted for bananas. Then you have 2 votes for Tori, those from Desi and Chanel, obviously. You had 1 vote for Desi, which was from bananas, and then you had 5 votes from Chanel, which was from everyone else. And the hopper does what it does, and it picks Chanel, which cool, and then it picks Josh. Sus. All I'm gonna say is sus, because
You think so?
okay, I've thought this about the hopper all season. Okay, and I have not vocalized it because I did not think it was important, but this is the one time I think this and Alyssa L were the only 2 times, and I wasn't here at Alyssa L at home, so I get to talk about this one. Um,
Ooh, okay.
the hopper is rife to be able to be rigged by production. If they want a certain matchup or they want to protect somebody or whatever, all they have to do is just not put their balls in the hopper. It's that
No, that's
easy.
true. That's kind of
Um,
true.
and, and I'm not saying that they have done that, but I'm a little suspicious. That's all I'm gonna say,
I
because
mean, yeah, I'm still.
everyone on the season going into the elimination at this point, except for Corey, I believe, is the only one who didn't go in at this point. It's interesting.
No, yeah, like you're same thing with Alyssa L. Same thing with Tiffany too, because
Mm-hmm.
when it was Tiffany and Michaela, which I'm still very sad about, by the way,
yeah,
is
Don't even want to
two
talk
of my
about it.
favorite people up against each other. I'm just like, why?
it wasn't supposed to be Tiffany. Like Tiffany wasn't the plan, and then boom, the Hopper just got everybody with Tiffany. Like I'm still upset about it to this day because like Tiffany did not deserve that, but we knew it
I
was
mean,
gonna
hell,
happen.
John A going in against Tori, we can talk about that too, because just gonna say it. John A was pushed. So
John A was pushed.
John A was pushed. John A was shoved. John A was tripped. John A was thrown.
Tori was
Okay.
dragging that girl by her ponytail. Like, she was dragging that girl on that poor
Tori
girl.
is like half a foot taller than her. Like, how the fuck?
I'm like, Tori, calm down. This is not NTV, girl. This is CBS, okay? Don't get too violent. Okay,
That's
this is
good.
CBS.
All right. So obviously it's Chanel and Cassidy and Fessel and Josh, and everyone guessed it. It's a hall brawl.
It's not a hall brawl.
No,
This is
I
not a
know.
hall brawl.
You're
It's not.
Okay.
It's just like one. It's like a nudge, and then they have to do a puzzle.
Okay.
No,
No, this is literally, to me, this is one of those times where they planned for it to be a hall brawl, right? But in the back of their mind, they were like, okay, if we do throw in Josh, though, there's like this much of a chance he's gonna beat Fessy. So we're gonna come up with the world's quickest improvised challenge we can possibly do to put at the end of this hall brawl, just to make it more complicated. Because this was not a hall brawl. There was no like push shove, push shove, push shove, throwing each other against the wall, big collision in the center thing, run to the other side, ring a bell. Right? That's a hall brawl, right? This was literally run at each other with shields, which ew, icky. I get why, but ew, icky. Okay, I want the head-on-head collision. You wearing a helmet? I don't care.
I mean,
But-
okay, true, but like, remember last season they had the mattresses, so
I'm aware. I would rather them have the shield and the mattresses, but they make it so soft on these Survivor and Big Brother people, and the two from Amazing Race. But you get through, and then you have a puzzle, which wasn't really even that much of a puzzle, because the whole joke, like Fessy even says it, I'm not wasting my time on the puzzle. I'm just going to start guessing numbers. And guess what? He won. Like, to me, it would be one of those things where if they had to like put the puzzle together, right, and then guess the number, I'd be all for that.
It's one of those, yeah,
But-
it's one of those mind games. Like, I remember having to do one of those like type of things where like it was like testing my like, I guess, like hand-eye coordination, where it's just like how many squares are in this like entire like shape, I guess.
Mhm.
Because like again, square, like in actual math, I can't believe I have to say this, and like because I haven't have to use this for years, because all like four-sided technical all equal four-sided shape, yeah, I can't even speak, are technically squares. So
All squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares.
kinda, yeah, that's what I was trying
Yeah,
to say.
and yeah, you're good. And at this point, when I was watching this challenge, I'm like, well, this is basically a crapshoot.
No, literally,
Because
No, it was.
did the whole brawl matter? No.
no.
Did it affect anything at all? No.
No.
Did everyone get multiple guesses on this puzzle except for Josh, and he at least got one because Fessy just kept running back and forth and back and forth? Yeah. So like, I feel bad that two of these people got this close to the end, and this is the elimination they got stuck with.
Yeah,
Like, I would have rather had the freaking elimination with Tiffany and Michaela, because at least that was entertaining.
that was
like,
entertaining,
interesting
but
to watch.
also, I will argue John A and Tori's elimination was also pretty brutal.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, it's not even brutality. I literally just want them to do something interesting, right? Like,
Mhm.
if you're gonna do a puzzle, do a puzzle. If you're gonna do a hall brawl, do a hall brawl. Like, it's
Not
that
hard.
easy. These two things do not mix, okay? If it was like, you have a hall brawl, and whoever rings the bell first gets to guess on the puzzle first, right?
Mhm.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great. But because it was just, oh, you run across a hall, pass each other, bonk, and then you have to go to this puzzle that's barely a puzzle, it felt underdeveloped. As the nice way I can put it.
Hmm. So in the very end, Chanel and Fessy wins, which unfortunately, well, not unfortunately for one, but unfortunately for the other, Cassidy and Josh are eliminated.
Why couldn't it have been Tori?
And why couldn't it have been bananas?
Okay, Josh going home, whatever. I mean, he wasn't going to win the final, especially when you find out it's a foot race. He's not winning that. But God, this is the second time in 2 years I have had to watch Cassidy get this close to winning a reality show and then losing. I cannot cope.
Mm.
Cannot
I
cope.
cannot cope. Okay.
No, like I remember just watching this, like and just watching it and seeing Josh. I'm like, damn, like Josh, God, here's what happened. I feel like actually, I think Josh could have possibly would have won this, but his dumb ass said the same number. Like you said eight for the first time. Why are you saying eight again? It literally once I think like got around and got RC was basically came with like 10, and then boom, it was over. I feel like it was kind of like it was just like that one fuck that he messed up one fucking time, and then boom, it was over. I was kind of like, damn. I'm like, damn, poor Josh. Like he was actually doing well that I thought he was gonna do. Like to be honest with you, so to see him get that close again, it's kind of like damn. And then Cassidy, I mean, she did her best. She fought her way for the most part, and she did a good job. And definitely like someone to reconsider, especially I think for me, have her on an NTV season. I think she'll do well
No, I
against the
agree.
females.
So Cassidy's was very bittersweet. However, Josh was a little bit heated because Bananas was very pissed about that Josh voted for him, and Josh said, "Oh Lord," um, and Banana said, "Don't take care. I hope to see you never."
Or
He'll
remorse.
be over it by the next time they get on a season together. Bananas will be over it because
Got my
he's
headphones going out on me, so sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, me postseason they've been like pretty much taken out and stuff, so they're pretty much kind of like fine over it. It's been a while, so
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty much been cool since like this filming. So
Yeah.
I mean, and Johnny is fine. He's literally on House of Villains now, so he's getting the bag. So he's not really that bad over like
this
that.
man doesn't take a break.
He does
Because
not.
he's doing the challenge, he's doing House of Villains, he's on the new season of The Traitors that's just wrapped up filming. Fun fact, he does that first look show for NBC. Like he does a lot. Like this man's just straight stays getting paid.
Mm-hmm. I
Mm.
talked about this with Logan the other day. Like, what is Banana's contract, like NDA stuff, to like be able to do all this shit so many times?
If I had to guess, it's probably that none of these shows have like some sort of waiting period.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if you think about it for the challenge, that makes sense because some of these people do other shows, right? Like if you were gonna have like Osef, right, who's on 39 this season, he's a member of the pit crew on Drag Race now. So like,
Yes.
No,
he's been
No,
like he was
no,
literally.
last
literally,
season.
I love it. I love it.
No,
So
like he's
like
done like anything. Like I remember he was on like the worst cooks in America. Like he's pretty much like every like chance he gets like a gig, he's there.
Bananas also was on Worst Cooks in America. Fun fact. So no, like these people just stay getting paid. I'm guessing all of these shows that aren't Survivor, Big Brother, Jeopardy, or any of
Mm-hmm.
those other shows. I only mention Jeopardy because I know it has a pretty lengthy non-compete
Hmm.
from being in that casting process before. Um, but all these shows just have long periods of time in between waiting
Mm-hmm.
because you just can't compete on other networks. But if you're in a situation like Johnny Bananas, where that first look thing is a different contractual obligation, and then you have like CBS, which is MTV and CBS, all those roll together, and then E, I don't know who owns E, but like I'm assuming it's probably not a conflict of interest. So like, who knows? But he's got a good agent. He has to.
No, like that. I gotta say, like that's good, like marketing on him and his agent. So yeah. All right. Um. That now that all that is over, we're now into the final.
Yay! Final.
Yay.
Did this feel like a final to anyone? Because like it felt like part of a final, but not like an entire final.
It okay. So it kind of did, but at the
Mhm.
same time, like when I think back to last season,
Yeah.
that was more of a final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I will say this, like, because last season they actually braved the elements. They didn't really brave the elements as much, so that's why, to get into this immediately, this final had to start with the trial and then the final itself. So let's start with the trials.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they had to do 4 trials before starting the actual final itself, which were strength, smarts, skills, and steel stomach, all S's. Um, I mean, okay, good alliteration, but at the same
I
time,
got I
like,
got a I got a fifth S for you. Stupid.
it
Why? What was the point of this? It didn't affect
Um,
anything.
really nothing.
kind of didn't, but we'll still talk about it because,
Kind of
like,
didn't. What did it
it.
affect?
I say kinda, but well,
Maybe who won the men's side by like this much, but other than that, like nothing really got changed here.
yeah. So, to start off, they start with strength, where they have to each drag a sled up a hill, and they have to carry 4 boxes that are proportional to their individual like body weight, um, while holding onto the sled. Like, yeah.
Yay!
Mhm. I
Big
mean,
weight, big sled. You feel like Santa yet? Sled. Um, like out all of these challenges outside of the spelling one kind of underwhelmed me. I'm not gonna lie. So it reminded me of that first challenge they had with the big statues on the cart, but much less epic than that challenge. Um,
I kind of agree. In a
yeah.
way.
But also the other thing that's important though is first place in each of these trials gets a 1 minute head start in the final, and then last place loses a minute. But then they can also double down, and if they win, they get 2 extra minutes on the head start, and if they lose 2 minutes. Um, so Corey's the only one who doubles down. And dear Lord, can we just go ahead and just put this all in one big compilation? Just say Corey in all 4 of these trials. Yikes!
Yes.
just yikes.
No, this is a huge yikes. But to start off, Chris wins the first trial, adding a minute. Corey loses this and loses because he doubled down. Michaela gets 1 and Tori loses 1.
Yay! Ha ha ha! L Tori L. God, I will never waste the time to troll Tori Deal.
No, because like no joke, because like you can tell Tori was struggling here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I think it was Desi the second to last person to get up the hill. Desi was like, it's kind of close, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, Tori's like a box behind you. What do you mean it's kind of close? You're like blowing her out of the water.
Yeah, it was a foot race between Desi and Tori. Yes.
Now, if it's me and I'm Tori in this situation, I'm not even trying. Okay, in this particular challenge, right? You got Michaela, who has already shown to multiple people this season how strong she is physically. Okay, you got Desi, who you literally watched win a pole wrestle earlier this season, which also means she is very strong. And then you have Chanel, who I wouldn't want to get into a fight with Chanel. So I mean, I don't know, right? So I mean, also Tori knows she's not going to win this particular trial. She can't win. So if I'm her, I'm just like, I'm taking the -1. I'm saving my energy, and then I'm gonna give it all in the last 3, and not have to worry about it. Like why did all of these people try, especially Bananas? But like, I mean, I guess it worked out for him. But like, if it's me and I'm seeing these like huge men around me, I'm not trying at all.
Yes. All right. So after strength, we go into smarts where they have to spell. Who, honey? Like, they can go more, I guess, just low key with this in a way.
You know, none of these people have a PhD. It's okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
And then literally Corey asks, "Who spells? You have autocorrect," which was
He's right.
Which was
He's
like
right.
literally like was a nice jab.
But yeah, again, Corey, yikes.
No, but this is like the total embarrassment of like Tori being useless in a way. First word, alliances, and then Tori forgets the S.
Gotta be listening to that S at the end, Tori. You know pearls are gonna come into this thing. You've done this stuff before.
Literally.
Literally. More like literarily, haha. But but yeah, so the spelling happens. Bananas does good somehow. Which if you know Bananas' history with the trivia competitions, I was shook, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I will say spelling is a different vernacular than trivia. So
True.
Yeah, but like what language do they speak in Australia? Dutch? Like, that's one of those, like, that's one of those trivia
Okay, we'll
moments.
mind you this. It's left field, and they're also like in a weird like situation. But anyways, I will say
Dutch!
yeah, I know, but still, I will say these words though. Again, so the words were alliances, schmoozing, deceitful, vengeance, and ascending. Um, okay. It's funny to me how like I actually knew schmoozing was a word, but I didn't think he would actually use this in this type of sense. So I was just like, and I'm pretty sure I would have spelled it wrong.
Yeah, that hidden C is really gonna
No,
screw you
yeah, because
up.
I would have gotten the C. So
Yeah, you would have spelled like Chris spelled it. I just
yeah.
left out the C. But yeah, so Chris and Desi both double down here. Desi actually wins, so she gets the 2-minute head start. And then Chris doesn't win, but he doesn't lose either, because again, Corey, yikes.
Yeah,
So
Corey was yikes.
Corey was like, okay, Tori was bad. Corey was
Corey
like
bad.
really bad. Did Corey spell a single word right?
I
I
don't
think he
think
got
so.
alliances. I think he got
one.
No,
Yeah,
alliances.
he
I
got
think,
one.
think the last one. I mean,
And
everybody
yeah,
he got the
one.
last one.
Everybody got that one
And
right.
and then the rest of I think he did ENCE for alliance, which is whatever. But like the way this man tried to spell schmoozing is going to like it's like a Caltaru moment for me.
Altaru, oh my god. That unlocked a bad memory.
like a casty kind of moment here, like
Oh
no.
no. But of course the highlight was almost everyone misspelling vengeance, which I kind of agree because like I don't know how
It's
it
weird.
Yeah, it's weird because so
Yeah.
vengeance is spelled VENGEANCE.
ANCE. Yeah. Only
So
person who got it right was Desi, because she didn't miss a single word.
well, bananas, Desi, and
Oh,
Tori
bananas.
got that.
Tori, oh yeah, Tori did get that one.
Tori
Again,
did
I'm
get that right.
for
So.
whatever reason, my brain is like Tori just bombed this entire spell. Like she didn't do bad. She was
She didn't do
fine.
bad, but it's just like, oh,
She did
okay.
forget like the easiest spelling rule of all time, though. So I mean, there's that.
Alliances.
No, dude, forget I before E except after C.
Oh
Like
yeah, deceitful. Yeah.
deceitful. Like Tori. Okay, but yeah. So yeah, bananas and Desi win. Corey and Tori lose. Trial 3. Woo.
Yes. Trial 3 is skills. The challengers must complete a puzzle that requires them to drop colored pieces into squares. They cannot get 4 in a row, so it's basically like reverse connect 4, basically.
Mhm.
Now, okay. When I first saw this, I was just like, okay, I can see how you can try to do this, but I remember seeing one of those puzzles is basically like 3 up, 3 like it was like 3 one color, 3 another color, and then just so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Like that was one format, and then like how do other like yes you can get other combinations because obviously like you just cannot get it 4 in a row, but
Yeah.
this was
That's the
interesting.
easy way to do it, right?
Yeah,
The,
that's
the
the
way
easy
that
way.
Tori did it, the way that Bessie did it. That's the easy way. Then you have people like Chris who decide to make it incredibly hard on themselves and like do these
Oh,
like
Lord.
weird MC Escher patterns, but whatever
Yeah.
works for them.
And also,
But
like,
again,
ugh,
Corey,
I swear, this likes to turn off on me.
then Corey,
I'm gonna have to change that.
yikes.
Mhm.
It's just unfortunate for him because he was just bombing all of these challenges.
Yeah.
And then Desi's just chilling. I mean, I don't blame her. I wouldn't be rushing either if I was her. I'm already got that 2-minute lead. Worst case scenario, I lose a minute of it. And after Tori won, I especially would not care if I were her.
And Tori doubled down here too.
Yeah, Tori literally got rid of both of her L's, so good on Tori, I guess.
Because she needed it, so
She needed it, yeah.
And so to get into that, Fessy gets +1, Corey gets -1. Poor Corey. Tori gets
Poor
+2, like negating the 2 that she lost for the first 2, and then Desi loses 1, which is still fine. Like
Yeah,
Desi's
Tori has now broken even. Okay, Fessy though, I'm gonna give Fessy some props here because there has been a lengthy Twitter discourse for like a year and a half that Fessy doesn't know how to solve a puzzle and that Fessy will not eat anything, right? talking about Trial 4 too, because he didn't win Trial 4, he got second in Trial 4. He did pretty well across the board in all of these trials, even though he only won the one. He was like second in pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
So good on him.
Mhm.
He did great.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This
that's
part of the final.
yeah, this part. And now we get into trial 4, which is steel stomach, which is they have to eat a disgusting 4-course meal of
Oh,
A
disgusting
bunch
stuff.
of gross things and
So,
wasabi crackers.
yeah, so to go across the menu, tofu sauerkraut smoothie,
ew.
worms and crickets,
And
a wasabi cracker stack, and loaded chili truffles.
I would have said, like, you know what? Give me the -1 points. I don't care. I would have taken it. I would have failed this.
But
I
here's
would
the
have eaten
thing.
the crackers just because that sounds
Yeah.
really yummy, and then everything
Yeah.
else would have just been like,
No, but
good.
here's the
Yeah.
thing.
That's
I don't
fine.
want them to just pull like, yeah, if you don't do it, then you don't automatically like won't do the challenge, like period. Because like
No, what I would do is just like slowly, just like take small bites out
just
of the cracker
just
the entire
nibble
time.
just nibble it. Just
Well, no,
nibble
because
it.
the crackers like easily out of the 4 the least bad, right?
Uh-huh.
So I would
No, yeah,
just be
that's
like taking a bite of the cracker and then pretending that the heat was getting to me or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and then
If I
just chilling and
yeah,
relaxing for the rest of the time.
yeah, so if I were to go top to bottom of like what's the best and worst for me, so like the best would be the wasabi crackers. Second best would be the tofu
Mhm.
sauerkraut smoothie because like yeah, it's just blended like that, but it's just gonna have a weird aftertaste. And then the loaded chili truffles, then the worms and crickets.
Easiest for me would have been the cracker,
Cracker.
then probably the smoothie, I guess. Then the worms and crickets, and then that chili truffle would have been impossible. I would have gagged and thrown up and died.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
And then Kamorian, what about you?
Pretty much the crackers, and then that's it. I would quit on the spot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. That's
I'm
That's
like
completely
fair.
I'm like the very repeat eater.
No,
and
but-
I'm not, like
but
if it looks
the-
disgusting, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm sorry.
no, but
My
the
life
little
is gourmet. Okay.
Like TJ could cuss me out for all I care. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, the gag fest like starts immediately, and whoo, honey, like
And then
It's-
doing that, I hate for throw up. That makes you sick easily. Like I would get like, I would want to get out of there. Like,
and
no.
this is the opposite of this.
Let's go, Gorchenia Ramsey.
Virginia.
But yeah, so after all that, Bananas gets one extra hour. Corey loses another hour. Again, poor Corey. Tori gains an hour, and then Chanel loses an hour. So basically, Corey just like bombed this.
Yeah. To be fair, this was the only one he was not like.
Oh wait, was it
Awful
hours or
at-
minutes?
It was
hours or-
minutes.
oh,
It was minutes. Yeah. Corey wasn't like terrible at this one. He just had a little bit of his smoothie left at the end. He just didn't finish in time.
yeah.
But yeah. But if it were me, I would be so pissed if I was Corey because I ate all that mess and I have this much left of the smoothie and then I lose anyway. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
So before we continue to the actual final, apparently there was a part of the final that got cut from the broadcast that happened now.
Oh.
So they went to their camp, and the show just like go to the camp, rest for the night, right? So apparently they had these pedestals at the camp that they had to stand on, and they had to get as close to an hour as they could without going over. And if they went over or under by more than 5 minutes, they had to do it again. So they all did it as a collective group. They just counted together, right?
Okay.
They failed 3 times, but they eventually got it on the 3rd try. Apparently, they lost a decent amount of sleep that night because of that. Also, Bananas did not do it with the group, and he finished first. So everybody else did it together, and the Bananas was just like, nah, I'm going when I feel like it.
That's kind of funny.
If it were me, because apparently they had 6 tries, you know what I would do? Literally stand there and go, I'm done. Nah, it was less than an hour. Okay, I'm done. Do that like 6 times. Even if I get a penalty on that, I'm going to bed. Like,
Fair.
I want my rest. I want my sleep.
No, yeah. So that I did not know. So
Yeah, it was on Chris and Desi's one of their interviews that they had. I think it was Chris's interview, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, noted.
Yes.
I guess that wasn't much of an NDA then. So,
I mean, the show's over.
well, true, but still. All right, so let's get to the actual challenge. Actually, so it's basically a 10-mile hike up the top of a mountain. Um, and they have to pass 2 risk stations if they want. However, they must complete the first 2 correctly. They get a significant advantage. If they get it wrong, there will be consequences.
Yeah.
No, yeah, not gonna lie, this feels a little relaxed in some social.
This is like the chillest final I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
This is up there with like the last puzzle on what season did Carl win? I'm blanking. Um, whatever season Carl won, like that final puzzle, like it feels really chill. And again, this is the second time I've said it today. They go soft on these CBS people. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're
But
kind of like, look at last year's kind of like, you know what, they can't do that. You know what? Maybe we're kind of too rough enough. It's kind of something up a little bit because like compared to last season, I feel like they kind of went soft on them this time compared to last
they
year.
did. But the other important thing too is the last man and the last woman to get to that second station, they're out. They're toasted. They don't get to finish. Do not pass go. Do not collect $250,000, etc. So we're going. Everything's great. Bananas has the biggest head start, so he goes first. Then, like an entire group of people, then Chanel, then Corey. A significant amount of time later to Corey. So they get to the first station, and it's axe throwing, which I was like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of lit. I'm here for this. So basically, they get 5 axes and this big target. Like it's pretty huge.
Oh yeah, it's like I want to say about like this size, I guess.
Yeah, like basically the size of Brandon's bed. And yeah, so they get to throw the axe. It's not too far away. It's like 15 feet or so. And if they connect an axe, one of the 5 axes into the target, they get to take a shortcut that cuts off a mile of 1.2 miles off the course, right? If they miss all 5 of the shots, they don't get to take that shortcut. That is important. We will get to it. So they're going. And they also have to have a rock with them too after this station. So they're going. Everybody's pretty much doing a pretty good job. Almost everybody's hitting it. Fessy does not get an axe in that target at all. Tori doesn't get an axe in the target. They are the only 2 that miss. Okay, so everybody's going on the shortcut except for Tori. Note, just Tori.
Yeah,
Fessy took the shortcut for whatever reason. So we get to the second station, right, which is like the elimination cutoff point. TJ's there, and he tells Fessy he has to turn around and go back because he done screwed up. He has to go back a half a mile and then come back up. And then Tori's just so far behind at this point. I didn't think there was any way she was getting there in time. And luckily for me, she didn't. Which means... Show it to me, Brandon. Come on. Yay!
Bitch.
This is a happy bitch, okay? This is a bitch! Like, okay, we're going to throw a quick celebration with Happy Piplup because right now, this is happy shaking Piplup. Like, yeah, dancing Piplup, there we go. That's the win. Because I have been waiting to read the words eliminated Tori for the entire season, okay? My girl Amanda went home. My girl Johnny went home. My girl Tiffany went home. Cassidy went home. And at this point, I thought there was no hope in the world and that the spoilers had deceived me. But no, Tori Deal is gone. It has happened. We are living and breathing it yet again. Thank fuck.
Yeah. No, yeah, this has been again. This entire podcast has been a we hate Tori deal, and the fact that Tori did not even win this was
Didn't
very
even
sad.
finish. She got last in the final.
Mhm.
Last place in this final. Beautiful. Beautiful. Um, but again, we are big fans of a lot of people, not Tori. So Tori leaving, yay. Fessy, out of the four guys in the final, he was my second choice to lose. So like,
Yeah, also my second choice to lose
because
because
like Bananas is right there,
yeah,
but
exactly.
um, yeah, it was his fault. It was completely and totally his fault. If he would have not taken that shortcut, I don't know if he would have gotten there in time, but I think he would have had a better shot of getting there in time.
Hmm.
But oh well.
I mean, unless he like booked it, but I don't think that was
Yeah.
possible. So, um, but yeah, so the first wrist station was done with the axe throwing. The second wrist station, so after carrying this rock, they have to balance this scale to make sure one side does not hit the ground.
With these big heavy rocks in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a ton of rocks in one side, and they have to guess the amount of rocks to put in the other side, and when they pull a lever, the scale will release and just do what scales do. Um, and if they balance the scale successfully, they get an ATV for a mile, which is huge at
Mm-hmm.
this point. Um, so Bananas fails pretty badly, I might
Pretty
add.
badly.
Yeah. Chris gets it pretty quickly. Corey gets it, right? So Corey has went from like dead last, he quickly like inches into second like that. Um, and then let's see who got to it first of the ladies. I forgot. Desi
Desi.
gets it. Desi and Michaela get there at the same time, right? And Desi just like goes, right? Michaela's waiting to like be told what to do, and Desi just starts doing it. So Michaela's like, I don't want to wait on her, so I'm just gonna go, right? So Michaela just starts walking, and in her mind, well, I mean, if Desi fails, I'm still ahead of her, so it doesn't matter. So unluckily for her, Desi balances it. Not only does she balances it basically perfectly, like
Perfectly.
even straight line.
Ooh.
Again, Desi, what a goddess. Um, and then Chanel gets up there and she also balances the scale. So Bananas and Michaela get past pretty quickly at this point. They're basically out of the final. Um, and then Michaela literally gets out of the final because she has to stop and medical ends up removing her from the final, so she doesn't even get to
Yeah,
finish.
which I'm so sad about because I'm just like no.
Well, I mean, again, Kamori and I'm assuming you're also a Michaela fan, but we're all Michaela fans here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kamorian, I would never doubt your taste. Let me be clear. So, but yeah, we're all Michaela fans here. So her losing is a bitter pill, but at the same time, the final three ladies all being members of the Secret Garden is a win.
No,
So
literally, like
To me, like going like versus like the whole episode, I was like, I would not be mad at all if any of these two women would have took it home and won. Like I was rooting for all three of them, pretty much.
yeah,
Like seeing just three strong black women together, be able to outlast everyone throughout this whole season, like, and like continue to be strong. Like I'm just very proud of them. I was like, I didn't care who would have won. But like I was out of all of three, I was rooting for Desi the most. I felt like it was I really wanted her to win this so bad because for me she needed this win. To be honest with you, so I was rooting for Desi. So I didn't care. I mean I was sad for Michaela, but like I'm still proud of her though.
no,
Oh,
I'm so proud of Michaela because like how much she like gone through with like all those height challenges that she had, and then of course like the one part where I think she was just fighting with just um the one moment with Michelle.
yeah. I mean, well, also the first season on the challenge she was on, she was the first boot,
Mm,
and yeah, I mean, she's came a long way since then. It kind of gives me a little bit of Cara Maria vibes, kind of gives me a little bit of a Johnny Bananas vibe here, both of them with the first boot on their first season. So maybe we'll see more of Michaela in the future. Who
who
knows?
knows?
Um, but yeah, Michaela's out. And then everybody gets to the final station, obviously not at the same time, but everybody gets there. And it's literally just they have to assemble the elimination order with these like cinder blocks with the names written on it. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, Total Drama Island did it better, didn't they?
No,
Yeah.
literally.
Literally.
I was
Um,
about to say, I was just like, wait, what in total drama bullshit is
it's
this?
literally just the third part of the freaking tri-arm triathlon thing from Total Drama Island. Only instead of literally the heads of the eliminated people and these like wooden sculptures is literally the laziest cinder block repainting ever. Um, but Chris gets there first. He's like a machine, as usual. Builds the whole tower, gets told he's good, knocks it over, and he just keeps going. Um, and again, good on you, Chris. You know you learn from that Survivor experience and just stop and not cover up your puzzles when you were leaving. Um,
Mhm.
so Chris makes it. He's going, and at this point, Corey and Bananas are just decently far behind Chris at this point in time. Uh, so Chris wins like the entire thing, which is awesome. No, not the ladies yet. We're doing the guys first because he got there
Yeah.
first. So
Yes.
Chris gets there, then Corey gets there, right? And at this point in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if it's Desi, if it's Chanel, I am thrilled either way. But I want it to be Desi. Like if I had to pick, I
Mhm.
wanted it to be Desi. And when I saw Desi crest that hill and start going, and she realized nobody else was there, I'll admit I started tearing up. Like I'm a huge fan of hers at this point, and watching her go and touch that flag and win the season was just like beautiful.
Yes. No, again, it's rightfully deserved after the debacle of what she had to go through last season.
That part.
Because again, like Enzo, you ruined it for her. Now, like she was able to do it on her own
Mm-hmm.
and was
Like the
like,
queen she is.
yeah, the queen that she is.
Um, so I also want to point something out, Brandon. On our first episode that we covered the Challenge USA of, you called Desi winning the season. So
I
good job.
did. I
Um,
did. I know I
you said
shifted.
Desi and Wes, but you know we'll not
Yeah,
talk
yeah, I
about that part.
know. We're not gonna get into that, but I did say I shifted to Michaela, like kind of halfway, but still in my heart, I wanted Desi, and the
Mhm.
fact that I was just like,
Mhm.
I kind of predicted Desi in the very first episode. I was just like, oh shit, I actually got it right.
Mhm.
Like this, I never get winner predictions right. Like, mind
You
you,
nailed it. You fucking nailed it. Good job.
yeah,
No, like literally, like when it cast, I was like, I felt like this is has to be her season somewhere. Like she cannot lose. I was like, Desi needs to win this so bad. Deal with what she had to deal with last season. Like just seeing Nick on camera, I was like, oh my god, like she finally did. Like I know, like she like I'm just so proud of her. Like all that hard work, like it paid off in the end. Like it showed that she would have had it. She would have like had this by herself. She would have won probably last year. She would have probably won. I probably at
Hmm.
least would have made it at least to the end, at least, had it not been for her
You swap
partner.
her with Sarah on their teams, she wins.
Yeah, yeah.
If she's with Danny, she wins. Um, but yeah, Desi winning is beautiful. Chris winning after the amount of bullshit this man had to go through this season, I'm not mad.
No, like
no,
that's
I'm
really
not
one
mad.
like Chris had really like probably one of like the biggest success stories of the challenge that had like I got to win. It's like started off good, had a whole rough moment for him, like rough couple of weeks. Like I don't know how long I don't know he's gonna even last as long. And then seeing just come back and just dominate every single person left. And just really just dominate like the whole way through and made and win. Like that's like a good success story. Like he showed like I'm very proud of him. Like he actually killed it. No shit. Like he dogged him. Like he ate them
Is
up.
he the most successful rookie we have had since Turbo?
I think so.
Yeah,
For
like
me,
I mean, 4 elimination wins, 4, like that's impressive as hell. And again, I was not a huge fan of his on Edge of Extinction, mainly because we barely got to see him. But now at this point where he just, I mean, I'll be real, he dominated the latter half of the season. If he wasn't winning challenges, he was beating people and sending them home.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. So, like,
so
I
good on
commend.
him. For the 900th time, though, I have to watch Corey Wharton lose a season of the challenge, and
No, he.
I'm so bummed.
No, like he always be so close. Every time he makes the final, he's always so close. It'd be like just one thing that just screws him over every single time. It's kind of like, damn, like who's gonna
If this
like?
man would not have lost all of those trials, he would have won, and and that bums me out
No,
because,
literally.
God, I want him to win the challenge so bad. Why is
I
he
really
not on
do. I
39?
really do. I really do for this man. I really do. It just be like one thing that just screws him over every single time. Cause thing is, like, far as like the final, like when it comes to the final, he always does very well in the final. Like he actually is like very like it's hard to beat him at least. But like it's just that one thing that just kind of screws it all for him. And unfortunately, it was just those those them trials screwed him over. But I mean, Corey did a very good job. I mean, I'm very thing about Corey is even though he messes up, he comes back around and just kind of like continues. Like for him to like starting off the whole final, not like on a good note, but able to come and get at least second place. Like I got to give props to him. Like, he did good, very good. Second not that bad. Pretty much what all them delays and you still got second place. Like good props to you.
This is his fifth final, his fifth one. He got second on Battle of the Bloodlines. He got third on Invasion of the Champions. He got let's see, he got wait, hold on. He got third on Total Madness, and then he got second on Double Agents, and then he got second here. Like, it's so because he's always this close. When he makes it to a final, other times he just goes home like really early. But when he makes it to a final, he is always so close, and I want him to win so bad because he is out of like all of the like the new school faces of the challenge. He is by far my favorite male. So I want him to win because I've had to watch Devin win. I had to watch freaking Hunter win. I had to watch freaking what's his face, the British guy I don't like, Rogan. I had to watch Rogan win before I watched him win. Okay, so if I've had to see, I had to watch freaking Turbo win. Okay, don't no shade to Turbo, but you want Corey Wharton. Okay, I want a season that they build and rig just so Corey Wharton could win because they just did it for Devin and Tori. So why can't they do it for Corey?
Oh my god! Like that.
Tell me I'm wrong, Brandon. Tell me I'm wrong.
Mind you, I didn't watch those challenges, so I don't even know like what the context is. But now that you're mentioning this, I was just like, oh. Okay.
Kamorian, did they not just rig Challenge 38 for Devin and Tori to win just so they could compete on Global Champions?
No, I've been like, I kind of like it's kind of true though. No shade, kind of.
Okay.
Because
so true.
Yeah.
No, I just felt bad for Nani because I was like, Nana was so close to winning, especially with bananas, and then boom, with just that puzzle, like it's a puzzle.
I could sit here and talk for days about people who've been this close to winning the challenge and lost because both of Nani too, but like, God, Teresa comes to mind. God, I love Teresa.
Here's my thing with Teresa. Like, I love Teresa so much, but here's my thing. Her plotting, like she does not plot well. Like her plots does not go well.
She does. Okay, no, I vividly remember on Free Agents, right? She's like masterminding sending Laurel in, and she would have gotten away with it too. And then she's like, Jasmine. And I'm like, Teresa. Come on, Teresa. But nah,
all right,
we got to
all
wrap
back
here.
in. So
Yeah.
for final rundown, fourth was Tori and Fessy. Yay. Third was Michaela and Bananas. Second was Corey and Chanel. And then first, and let's say again, Chris and Desi, which I'm so
Yay! So yeah, y'all, we did Challenge USA too. Woo!
Yeah, this was okay. I will say, like, when it comes to like competitively from last season, I say that the season was a little better in my opinion than season
Correct.
one.
I mean, I didn't have to look at Sarah Lestino, so that's a win.
You're not wrong. I mean, when I had to endure Sarah winning last season, I was just like, oh shit.
I used to like her And then after I watched Game Changers, I still liked her. And then I found out, like, right after she won, she put on a Trump hat. And then I'm like, oh, girl, no. Oh, girl, no.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I looked forward to season 1 because like all of my Big Brother favorites were on there because like wasn't like half the cookout was on it. So
Like,
Yeah.
literally all of the cookout but Derek F. and Hannah Chata were on that season.
Mhm.
Which, why has Hannah Chata not been on Challenge USA
I
yet?
know.
She was an alternate for this cast. But
Ugh,
whatever.
whatever. But hopefully, Challenge USA 3 maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. And if you're trying to get that challenge fix, this Wednesday, the new season of the challenge on MTV, Challenge 39, Battle for a New Champion, I think is the subtitle. All the people that are playing are people who have not won the show. Hasn't happened like that since Invasion, and then we know what happened with Invasion. But but if you are looking to get more of a challenge fix, you're like, USA was just like a solid little appetizer for me to get into this big MTV franchise. Get on board right now. This is the best time you could possibly get on board in years, honestly. And if you liked USA and you're wondering if any of the people from USA are on this cast, I can tell you that Michelle Fitzgerald is on this cast for 39. So
okay.
we'll see if I like her more when she's not around Michaela.
I think she's
but yeah.
better. I think.
And if you're like a CBS fan, you got Jay from Millennials versus Gen X Survivor. He's going to be on this season.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's been on the challenge a few times. So pretty solid list of people. Like we mentioned, Asif, who is a member of the pit crew at this point on Drag Race, but he's been on
Yes.
like a shit ton of things. Is going to be on this season. If you're a Circle fan, Ed from season 1 of the Circle is going to be on this season.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
like, there's a bunch of people that are going to be on the season that I know that people are going to be really excited for. And of course, my queen, my mother, Tula Big T Fazakere, is going to be on this cast.
Yes,
So
yes, BT.
there are 3 reasons I watch seasons of the challenge: Davon Rogers, Amanda Garcia, and Big T. If one of them are not on the cast, I ain't watching. But regardless, did we have fun?
I did. In a way.
It was a good overall average, like better season compared to last season. You know, it was like I feel like for me, adding the MTV people, I think was a good choice as far as casting.
We didn't have Love Island, so
Yeah, I feel like for me having like actually like people for like like the OG like MTV franchise was like a good addition. It kind of more gameplay, more backstabbing, more strategy, and more like good like overall comps overall. I think and more drama. Well, it wasn't that much drama, but like at least some good moments. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Okay,
overall
so
better.
it was good drama to an extent, not like the
Yeah.
drama that we were craving.
Right.
It was
Because,
MTV challenge drama, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, some of it was good. There was no physical violence, which is always lit, but like, it was fine. For me, I definitely enjoyed it more than season 1. Definitely enjoyed it more than freaking Ride or Dies, that's for sure. But yeah, so hopefully the challenge is on an uptick. Hopefully this next season will be really good. I'm rooting for it because they got a really solid cast of people who have on the show. Queen Melissa is on this new cast, but I love her. So yeah, also Brandon, if you have not seen Melissa Reeves before,
I love Melissa. I love her.
I know the name, so
she's phenomenal. She was on last season of the challenge. She was on. She basically made it to the end. She got cut 1 elimination before the final, and then when she got cut, they found out she was pregnant.
Oh yeah, Total Madness. I remember too. 'Cause I
the
remember.
fuck?
Yeah,
It was,
she literally
it was
competed on
Total
an entire
Madness.
season of the challenge when she was like, I think she was like 2 months
She was
pregnant.
She didn't know. She was pregnant the whole time.
Yeah, she didn't know.
Oh my god. Okay, that's kind of
What a queen.
iconic. That's
Yeah, what
kind
a
of
queen.
iconic.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you're looking for that challenge fix, 39 premiering this Wednesday on MTV. If you're more curious to see about what we're covering here on the Cup TV, we got literally everything. Okay, we got Dancing with the Stars, we got old refills of America's Best Dance Crew, we got Big Brother, we got old refills of Project Runway, we got Survivor, we have the Traders Canada. Literally anything else. Like, you take a pick other than The Masked Singer, we have it. Okay, House of Villains. There's another one. Just don't count them as singer because we don't support what's her face, Jenny McCarthy. So, yeah, that part. Let's go Brandon throwing the headphone chain.
Me dangling my headphone wire.
And if you're into the drag side of things, we got all of that stuff covered on our main channel, The Cup Pod. Link in the description below, and also link in the bio. So there's that too. We're about to start covering Dragula, which it's my favorite drag show. I fucking love Dragula. Abor. Abor. But yeah, Dragula stuff going on. There's always a season of Drag Race happening nowadays. So take your pick.
Which
UK is going on right now. Lamos is still getting coverage. So tons of stuff happening there. And if there's anything you want to cover or you're interested in like talking about with us fun people or some of the other cast members of the pod, hit one of us up on Twitter. You see our stuff in the bio. There's plenty of other people that you can find other videos to find, like Logan or Lana, if you really want to message one of them. But yeah, we're always available. And if you want to support us a little bit more directly than just watching us here on YouTube, go ahead and shop for your cup merch at lornagcreations.etsy.com. You can find your cup you can find your cup mug, cup mug. You can buy some other cup merch there. And always hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button if you're listening on like Spotify or whatever. And yeah, I think I nailed the outro, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, follow us on Twitter. Stuff in the ticker below. There you go. That's the one I forgot.
Follow us individually. Again, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, what have you. Again, I'm trying to get back into Twitch, but we'll see how that goes. But I did stream like not too recently because the TwitchCon Drag Showcase just happened. So, which I want to kind of like break down that because like that side of it. What?
You want to Kundala what?
Break. I meant break.
Also, quick pause. Desi winning the season. Kundala.
No, literally. Wait, let me bring that up real quick. If I can find it. Oh, Lord, here we go. Yep.
Kundala. Kundala.
And on that note, cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. What are you later here?
Don't have him a meltdown.
I just love how we have Kundala here, but
Kundala.
Kundala while the outro is happening, which I love.
Bye.
Right.